Hi Michael, thank you for meeting me. I wanted to discuss the progress of one of my clients, Maria Capella. She started with us about 2 months ago, and since then, she's made some really positive changes. Maria has stopped using drugs, found employment at the cafe, and is living in her own apartment. She's also reconnected with her parents, with, which has been a big emotional support for her. But I wanted to review her case with you and ensure that the services we're providing are still meeting her needs.
That's great to hear about Maria's progress. From what you're describing, it sounds like she's in a much better place now than when she came first to us. What services is she currently receiving, and do you see any areas where adjustments might be needed?
Currently, Maria has been working with our substance abuse counselor and she's attending regular sessions to maintain her sobriety. Currently, Maria has been working with our substance abuse counselor and she's attending regular sessions to maintain her sobriety. We've been also supporting her with some financial housing services to ensure she can maintain her apartment. While her drug use has been under control, I'm concerned about her emotional support going forward, especially as she moves further along her pregnancy. She's been very independent, but could benefit from some parenting support services to help her prepare the baby.
That's a good point. It's great that she's stable now, but as she gets closer to giving birth, the emotional and practical challenges will increase. What are you thinking in terms of additional support?
One thing I'm considering is connecting Maria with a maternal health worker, someone who can provide her with a prenatal care, advice on newborn care, and emotional support. Since Maria has reconnected with her family, I also think it would be beneficial to involve them in some way, if she's comfortable with it. Having a strong support network could make a big difference for her in the long run.
That sounds like a solid plan. It's important that we also address any social stigma she might still face, especially being a young and single mother. Do you think Maria is experiencing any barriers in her workplace or socially because of her age, her pregnancy, or her past substance abuse?
I do think there's potential for Maria to face some stigma, particularly because of her age and her history. Even though she's doing well young, pregnant women can sometimes face discrimination or judgment. Additionally, since Maria is working in a cafe, she should encounter challenges balancing work with the demands of being a single parent. We might need to help her navigate this in the future, whether by discussing flexible working arrangement or offering her legal advice on her rights as a pregnant employee.
That's a good point. We should definitely look into ways to support her in managing work and motherhood. What other services do you think could help her at this stage?
I think a few key steps could really support Maria. First, I'll arrange for her to meet with a maternal health worker. Second, we should look into whether her parents would be willing to be a part of her support network in a more formal way, like joining family counseling sessions. Finally, I think it would be helpful to offer her access to parenting classes so she can feel confident and prepared. And of course, we'll continue monitoring her progress and adjust as needed.
That sounds great. It's important to keep the services flexible and responsive as her situation evolves. Let's review her case in another month or so to see how things are going and whether further adjustment are needed. Make sure you document everything thoroughly so we can track her progress.
Thank you.
Ako na.